Hello, I'm Andy, and here is my email. Before that, the program. The program is called 148. These are numbers. There's a phenomena about these numbers, and when they are used or their effect is through planets. So every sun sign will be affected by the 148 formula. That's what it is. Let me get some notes here. So, regarding the good and bad ages for each sun sign, it all belongs to the formula 1, 4, and 8. The number 1 is controlled by the planet Sun, SUN. The number 4 is controlled by the planet Uranus. And the number 8 is controlled by the energies of the planet Saturn. So, this is a program to see the base and the basics of energy from these three planets. They are very, very powerful planets. They represent the ego, they represent the genius, they represent that wonderful long termness of gaining knowledge and splendid information for people to make you a very lucky, lucky teacher. So, these powerful energies will affect all sun signs. So, let's start with Aries. For you, Aries, the number 1 represents your big ego in Aries and that splendid desire to be famous and find recognition for everything that you do. And it is the most favorable number for you. So you'll find this very easily and you'll be able to use this to get all the recognition you're looking for. But please remember that number 1 is all about ego. You have to control this powerful energy called the ego. If you let it loose, then it's going to have making you have no tolerance and no teamwork with people. Just a leader who can't somehow get it together because that leader only knows how to lead and does not know how to manage the people he's supposed to lead. The number 4 is a very rebellious number. And in Aries, it makes you very rebellious. It makes you a nonconformist of some kind. A nonconformist is a person who doesn't like to be captivated by rules and regulations. He likes the freedom or she likes the freedom. But this is a negative number for you in Aries. So you don't want to be that person, which I've just described. You want to be a person in teamwork better and to follow and respect rules and regulations. And that way your recognition will be very established. Number 8 is a very difficult number. Many believe it's a number of punishment because it's affected or recognized to represent the planet Saturn. And in Aries, it is the planet of repentance, of repentantness. And it makes you to be taught lessons. And it makes you to be repent and to repent all the wrong things you have done. In a way, you can use the word karma for this number 8 planet. And it's very negative for you in Aries. So you'll have to be very careful. Anything associated with the number 8. So try not to use these numbers, 4 and 8, in your addresses or in any way that you use your objects for anything. And remember that the downside is loneliness and the downside is not able to work with others. Big plans but no support. So what's the purpose? Let's talk of Taurus. For Taurus, the number 1 is also a successful number. And for Taurus, it means the inspiration that the Taurus gets through imagination and creativity. The number 1 will help you to use it to make a name for yourself and to win recognition of every kind. But you also have to be careful in Taurus that it represents the ego. And therefore, the ego in you can very instantly show your very bad temper and also make you a very rebellious person. And that's why your number 4 is bad. The rebellious side of you, not able to work with others easily and not wanting to follow rules and regulations as well. And the number 8 is also bad, showing an old age which can have many, many difficulties because the number 8 represents difficulties of old age. And also capturing you for many years into your cycles that you have. Cycles are periods of time. We have good cycles, we have bad cycles. And the number 8 will create the bad cycles, bringing depression, unhappiness, and of course, failure. For Gemini, the number 1 is a very bad number. And this bad number represents a bad ego, a false ego, pretension, wanting to show what you actually don't really know, and wanting to also take the lead when you have no basis to take it. And that is the pretension of Gemini, the ego, which is a false ego. You have to be very careful that this planet will give you that ego and then make you not have support from others, which will make you lost about how to get things done, because you'll have to work on your own and it'll be a more failure than success. But you coming from Gemini have a very good number 4, which means you are extremely innovative and inventive and creative, and makes you a genius in Gemini, number 4. A genius in the sense that you come up with ideas which are so out of this world. And you also come up with schemes and plans very impulsively and quickly. You have a very good number 8 as well, helping you to have a long life and helping you to have an old age, which can be successful in its own way. And this number 8 tries to give you compassion, which you in Gemini don't have so much of it, and tries to make you use knowledge and wisdom, either through studies of college, university, or through experience. You're coming from Cancer. You have a good number 1, which means the desire for cooperation is always there. But it's always only there if you expect to be the leader. That's the thing about Cancer. And so if you don't have the chance to lead, is no point desiring to be a leader, tell yourself. It's only when you have support. So support is the cue of how to get the leadership role. You're very moody with this number 1 and very changeable, because the ego can do that. So tell yourself to control this ego that you have. And this ego can make you very dominating, let me tell you. So control that as well. Your number 4 is a bad number, which means the loneliness in your life can captivate you. And it also means the desire to be very rebellious and not be part of the team. So you will tend to drift on your own. And this number 4 shows the inability to form teamwork sometimes. Why? Because you don't like rules and regulations. You don't like to be hemmed in by any way of control by others. So you like the freedom. And your number 8. Your number 8 is a number which is a number of sadness and depression. And it is seen mainly to capture you at certain ages in your life. These certain ages can be programmed if I have your date of birth, your time of birth, and ability to see your palms. But this number 8 can be a number of leaving you with nothing. So you can have the ego take you up, and you can have the number 8 and its planets to bring you down. Let's go to Leo. Leo has a wonderful number 1, which is all about the spirit of competitiveness and the spirit of the ego to win recognition, to win fame, and to win good respect as well. And that's why the number 1 will be a very lucky number for you. Use it in your address, use it in any ways that you can, because it represents the bright side of you, that bright light, which wants to disclose all the negative things that are going on. You can be a champion of the people very easily because you have this wonderful number 1. And number 4, the rebellious side. Yes, the Leo can become totally rebellious, of finding no ways to try and get together with people that you don't wish to. So an extremist is seen in the Leo because the number 4 produces these kind of things. And also to do things in a very impulsive way. That's what happens to Leo. Impulsive with no research, and that causes failure. A wonderful idea with no research simply shows that the world may not be ready for you yet. And the number 8, growing older before your time because of extreme unhappiness, or sometimes due to bad health, and sometimes due to misery. Maybe not for you, but the misery that you see on others, because you have a very special soul. You come from Leo. And this number 8 can make you dispirited, meaning losing hope very easily. So be careful of the number 8. And Virgo, your number 1 is extremely bad, which means you simply cannot work with people. You have a mentalness which only understands what you are doing. And nobody understands you, or you don't understand other people. So you have to work very hard for teamwork. It's about pride. And your pride is a false pride, trying to show who you are and how good you are when you really are not that. So tell yourself to remove this ego as much as you can and only allow the ego to give you the strength to move forwards, to break new grounds. You have a wonderful number 4. This wonderful number 4 will bring you many opportunities impulsively, unexpectedly. So what all your attempts can bring results which are good very quickly. And number 4 is to do with that side of you, which is very different from others. And that's why the innovative side, the genius, can come up with splendid ideas to bring out that magic of inventiveness. And your number 8 is also good. It tries to help you have a long life, to have that energy, to bring about a good health for old age. But it doesn't come by itself. You have to look after it. You push yourself to the extreme, you coming from Virgo, and that can make many of your organs burn out very much quicker. So watch out that number 8 says, while you can have a long life, it doesn't promise you good health. Libra, you have a very bad number 1, extremely bad. And that's why you can't work with others. You end up a lonely person. You end up a person who expected such happiness as you went older and older, but couldn't find it because you're simply a loner. And because your ego just simply doesn't care for people, only for yourself. So when people find that out, they lose the comfort of partnerships with you. And that's why number 1 will be totally bad for you. It's the number of loneliness, the oneness. And so try to improve teamwork as much as you can. How do you do that? Improve your tolerance for people, improve your teamwork for people. You coming from Libra, your number 4 is exceptionally lucky. You are the inventor. And your ideas come so impulsively, so quickly, that they produce a magicness about you. A magicness that comes suddenly and unexpectedly. Out of this world almost. Because your plans can be out of this world. You can reach the energy so high of success, but you can fall so badly, so quickly as well. So this impulsive sort of number 4, you have to be very careful. And you have a wonderful number 8, the planet of stability. It is there. You get it as you grow older. Normally after the age of 35, in your case after the age of 38, 39 or 40. Then the power of number 8 brings that experience, that desire to be comfortable as you do things, not allow your ego to take over too much, and not let your bad anger planets destroy your friendships. All that will improve. In your earlier days, you will be different on the negative side of these. Let's move to Scorpio. Scorpio, you don't have a number 1. You are a lonely person. Lonely in the sense that you are in your own thoughts, in your own plans. But these plans can grow very big because you have a mighty Jupiter who likes things on a very big scale, and you can't do that with a big ego because the ego interferes with togetherness. The ego interferes with support from people because they would like to come first, but no, you must come first. So you destroy that. But you have a wonderful number 4, which makes you, although a loner, you come up with splendid ideas, ideas which are out of this world. And best of all, you are known to come up with schemes which other people just couldn't even dream about. So the futuristicness of number 4 is with you, you coming from Scorpio. And you have a pretty good number 8. The stability of number 8 is always to get ideas and stabilize them, to make them use common sense as well. So you have this number 8, which can make you extremely helpful to people, looking to be a kind person, a person who wishes to help people. Sometimes the energies of 8 go to extreme depression when you see people hungry and dying. You can fall apart just because of the depression, because of number 8 going that way. But it's a good number for you. It can stabilize you in the long term, makes you very mature. Sagittarius, you have a wonderful number one. The planet of ego is all there. You want recognition, you want to be number one, and you want to be first in what you do. And you'll be able to do that. But because you have a bad number four, if you're not prepared, the bad news comes very fast because your attempts may not be ready to be planned. Well, they're ready to be planned, but they're not ready to be executed. And that's where you will fail again and again. The impulsiveness making you carry out plans before you're ready. That's the number four problem. So, number four also makes you want to do things out of this world, just to be different sometimes, which is a wrong thing to do. And you have a pretty bad number eight: depression, unhappiness, and sorrow coming to your life, either from the ones you love or either you yourself. The bad health and being able to be very unfortunately off. This number eight in Sagittarius, you have to be careful that as you get old, you can lose a lot that you have. So always plan with a good insurance, maybe. Capricorn, you have a really bad number one, which means blame comes on you upon you very quickly. And the trouble is, this number one also blames other people. That's how you are. So the blame name game is always a problem with Capricorn. Perhaps you should do things by yourself rather than in partnerships. But that means you're going to wear you out. So the answer is to have more tolerance, to have more teamwork, to give people the access of their own recognition. Don't be selfish about that. And then you'll be able to do well. You have a very good number four, you Capricorn, which means the unexpected things come into your life in a most unexpected, successful way, even ideas. And that makes you very successful people, a successful person very unexpectedly. And you have a mighty number eight. The stability is there. The desire to work on is there. To fight competition is there. And that's what makes you very, very special. A long life can be pronounced with this wonderful Saturn, which represents the number eight. Aquarius, you have an atrocious number one, which means you simply cannot work well with people. Why? Because of the ego, obviously. You can't have that following that you want because your tolerance is so low, your teamwork is so low. And why? Because the number one makes you a perfectionist. And that perfectionist is a person who in the end destroys himself or herself by building things up and suddenly losing the support from people and getting nowhere in the end. But you have a wonderful number four. You are the genius. You are the person who comes out with this wonderful information technology and anything to do with the futuristic things. You have that art about you. So you have this great number four. This number four represents a future for you. You could be a healer, you could be a person who can think ways of getting the most, what do we call it? Engines, which almost behave like human beings. Artificial intelligence, that's the way. And you are the person with that artificial intelligence, ways of getting things done. And you also have a wonderful number eight. You can be very compassionate, you can be very friendly, you can be the nicest person in the world, except when somebody wants to compete with you. That's when you're not happy, and enemies are made very easily. And finally, Pisces. You have a wonderful number one. This number one produces that competitive spirit in you, and it produces a competitive spirit which is very kind as well. You don't wish to hurt people, and so you can share things with people, but the ego is still there, and that ego doesn't like it when the competition is too hot. So be very careful when you form partnerships. Have people to understand you and you understand people. Don't step on each other's toes. Your number four is not good. The planets of unexpected problems is always there. You build things up and build things up beautifully. Then comes the ages of number four, who is ruled by the planet Uranus, the planet of unexpected badness in your case. And suddenly everything falls to bits. Plans go haywire, partly because you are never prepared fully. And that's because you're always impatient and hasty. And what about number eight? When number eight comes to be effective, nothing works. Everything comes to a standstill. You wonder why, after such an exciting period, everything slowed down to a point of nothing happens. That is what number 8 represents the planet Saturn. When Saturn stands still, everything stands still, and you just cannot move ahead. Impossible to get anything done by people or by circumstances. So all the 12 signs, this number 1, 4, and 8 is a formula. Just like 3, 6, and 9. Numbers like numbers. So 3, 6, and 9 work together in a good or bad way. 1, 4, and 8 do the same thing. So it's all about compatibility in the end. To find out compatibility is the way to make sure you don't make too many mistakes in life. Now, regarding financial speculation, the number 4 is the planet of that. So if you have a good number 4, the financial speculation will be good. Number 8 also helps you where the stock market is concerned. If you have a good number 8, that will help you. Number 1, the ego doesn't help you so much in speculation. It mainly helps you to enjoy speculation. And by good luck, sometimes you make it. Regarding health, the number 1 always talks of energies, especially allergies. The number 4 talks of unexpected problems like appendicitis. And the number 8 always says that things build up slowly against you, like your lungs. There's a lot more to talk about. When I have your full date of birth, your time of birth, and most importantly, reading your palms. Your palms are divided in 9 areas to get all the 9 planets there. And the palm is, that's why, very important in reading. If astrologers don't know palmistry, they're missing out a lot because every day more than 250,000 or more babies are born. They can't have the same path, even if they're born at the same time on the same day. Why? Because their palms will always be very, very different. So that's the beauty of it, of enjoying reading the palms as well. Your job, business, career is always between number 4 and number 5. The enjoyment comes from number 1. And the enjoyment means the passion, winning recognition. The number 4 and 8 is about doing things on a material gain, like money, and of course, gain as well. So this is how numbers work. Every number is associated to a planet. And the association means the energies from the planet go into the numbers. So I look forward to one day being able to do a 90-minute session for you. This 90-minute session is going to be very important for all areas of your life. Age by age, calendar year by calendar year. I will tell you what's going to happen to you in all areas of your life. I'll talk to you extremely about your health areas to tell you how health can destroy you or it can make you a superhuman person. And I will show you as well in these 9 years, if you like to play lotteries, how to formulate your own personal lucky lottery numbers in this 90-minute session. I'll teach that to you once and for all, and you'll be able to use it for yourself. So there are many things I will teach you in this 90-minute session. Your lucky colors, lucky gemstones, lucky days, lucky directions. And best of all, the health areas. I will go deep into your health areas in this 90-minute session. And I'm very accurate in that to tell you what's waiting to happen health-wise. So here's my email. Send me this email. And let's get down to having a 90-minute session one day so that I can get you on the road to success right from the beginning, at whatever age you are. And the soul, the third eye, and the aura, they are all there within us. We all get that. But all of it, mostly to everybody, the chances of activating it is only in our late 50s and 60s and 70s, always too late. Maybe it's not trusted to give to younger people, but there's a way how to do it. Even if you're a teenager, came to visit me for a 90-minute session, I'll show you how to get the energies going. And maybe that's how these young people nowadays may have connected. And that's why they are just super in what they do at a young age. So send me this email and let's get down to doing this session. In the meantime, I wish you a good life. Thank you. Goodbye.